Peacemaker, episode 7, wild stuff. The show started off different than the other shows. Like the previous episodes started off with a flashback. This one started off where they ended in episode 6 with Amelia Harcourt and Peacemaker surrounded by a bunch of highly skillful Black Ops operative in the agency itself, Argus agency, and Peacemaker finally realizing that this world that he loves is actually controlled and run by Nazis, and where in a world where the Nazis won World War II, and Amelia Harcourt is pointing out the differences, and she finally points out this huge freaking painting of Hitler. He's like, how did I miss that? Oh, how did he miss that? That's crazy. Anyway, from episode 6, I made a video, previous video talking about it, and I was like a little bit confused how they're gonna get out of it. Right? I mean, they're in an Argus an Argus agency, and I did mention that obviously Judo Master, who ran after Peacemaker into the dimension, he wasn't even shown in episode 6, is gonna have to be the one that saves them all. I thought, and also the vigilante of that world and of the original Peacemaker's world. Anyway, so agency, so they're in this agency, and obviously, again, it was wackadoodle. The entire episode 7, was wackadoodle because it was such a predicament. It's like, how would they get out of it? But they managed to get out of it miraculously. Again, very skillful, like operative, right? This is August we're talking about here, like Black Ops operative, one of the best for the best, and yet they managed to get out of there basically very easily. So yeah, that happened, right? And I'm kind of I'm not very cool. I'm not disappointed, but it had to happen. They had to get out of there. But the way they got out of there was such an easy way. And I get it. Peacemaker is a superhero, and they're just a bunch of, but still, Peacemaker he's not a meta human. Like, he doesn't have superpowers for him to easily get out of that situation, even with Amelia Harcourt as his partner at that moment. But they did somehow. They did. And Abayado, I knew how to pronounce her name before. I pronounced it like a bunch of times in episode 6 and the video what I did about episode 6. Abayado, no, not Abayado. God damn it. Anyway, you know exactly who I'm talking about. She was basically running from a bunch of Nazis trying to kill her in episode 6, and in episode 7 is still, she's still running, and then Judo Master actually saved her life by electrocuting the shit out of these Nazis, which is unfortunate because Nazis are still like people, it's like, you gotta feel sad for them. No, I'm joking. It was one of the most satisfying shit I seen in that whole episode. And it has to be for like a lot of people, at least good people, not the KKK. Adebayo finally got it. Anyway, she was saved by Judo Master, and they go to this empty house, and they waited out until nighttime so they could go and try to save Peacemaker and John Economos. So at least, they didn't know they were captured, I guess, but to meet up with them. That was the plan, to meet up with them and get out of this world where they were basically trapped in. So another thing I wanted to mention that really is frustrating is the opportunity they freaking had to show off what the Peacemaker can do. The shit is pimped out with rockets and freaking machine guns. At least, and they were being followed by a bunch of cop cars. At least they could have blew up and tried to add a couple of cop cars and showed something unique with that Peacemaker that it's that kind of like plays out like that basically complements the idea that with Peacemaker's technology, his cap and everything, like something cool about it, other than just fireworks and bullets. Something amazing about that. It was such an opportunity that it kind of like completely lost. You just squandered that opportunity. I should stop trying to pronounce words that I know I can't pronounce. Squandered. Anyway, but I get that they were trying to basically let Peacemaker's father and his brother come save them. But they still, again, there were so many cop cars they could have blow up and still have this scene where they were surrounded by cop cars, and then his father and brother came and saved their lives, and everything else. Yo, Peacemaker having to lose his brother again and his father, the way he screamed, the way. It's not funny. I honestly was almost in tears, bro. That shit hurt so freaking bad to see that. All right. I mean, his brother's not dead, and then the video show is, we see him being taken away by the ambulance and being, worked on by the physicians. So obviously he's definitely the big bad wolf in the end of this finale, in the finale episode. But to see him, like to see Peacemaker, like see his brother basically half dead, like dying, and scream like that, knowing like, yo, he's reliving his life, that fucked up experience that he had when he was a child by seeing his brother dying. Like it really hurt. And his father. I don't know if I should love or hate James Gunn about this, but making his father not be a Nazi and making him like a really freaking great guy because he made this incredible speech about how like he does what he does. He's tried to do his good. He's living in this fucked up world was run by Nazis, but he tries his best not to be a Nazi or not. No, well, that's not right. Not to, try his best to do good in a world that's so messed up, right? So to have him killed by freaking vigilante, it was just funny because he's like, oh, he had economists tied up. Bro, that shit was heartbreaking. It's sad as shit. Episode 8. Here's what I think is going to happen, because as you've seen in episode 7, in the end, John Cena, freaking Peacemaker, is taken away by Argus. He tells them that it was all his fault. They had nothing to do with it. They take him away. And we've seen the trailer with episode 7 that they kind of explore the pocket universe, this whole shit about, oh, we don't want to create another rift. It's all bullshit. Now they they have this machine that can stabilize a pocket universe, and that there's basically no risk for another rift that can destroy the world. And they basically locked up Peacemaker for no reason. Their convention, whatever the law is that he mentions, Rick Flag Jr. Senior mentions about this law that he breaks because he has a dangerous scientific technology. But still, the technology that, as they establish, is not dangerous because it can create this pocket universe without, any risk, essentially. So to have him still lock him up is crazy. Anyway, yeah. So episode 8, from what James Gunn and the rest of the cast says in the podcast, the Peacemaker podcast, episode 7, they said it's going to be wild shit, crazy shit. But here's another thing, man. It better not be 30 minutes long. Okay? It's such a short episodes this season. It's really frustrating, man. It's pissing me the hell off. 30 minutes long. And you got a whole 3-minute freaking dance, which is, the intro is cool, but it's cool for the first episode. You don't have to show her every time. It's taking too many minutes. I'd rather have more minutes of them, of the episode itself. So yeah, I can't wait for episode 8. Here's what I think is going to happen in episode 8. I think, obviously Keith is going to feel better. And I think what's his name? excuse me, sorry, I blanked out for a moment. Senior, where he's going to explore all these other worlds and dimensions, accidentally again somehow get into no. Oh shit! I got it. I got exactly what's gonna happen because I didn't pre-thought of things was gonna happen. So they're gonna open the dimension again to explore, and Keith is gonna go find them because now there's an open dimension, right? You know, Peacemaker kind of closed it, so Keith won't be able, or anybody won't be able to get to his world. But then Argus, pieces of shit, decided, you know, this to open it again, and that's when Keith is gonna get his opportunity. And I think Keith is gonna probably, you know, I don't know, he's probably. I'm hoping, at least I'm hoping that he teams up with another villain from that world to do something to Peacemaker, and to do something to, you know, to his world, you know. Prime World Prime or whatever you want to call it. Well, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. What do you think is going to happen in episode 8? We sent a little trailer. Obviously, there's some showing us what's kind of going to happen, but what do you think is really going to happen? I think somehow Lex Luthor is going to be involved in this episode, in episode 8. So leave a comment down below. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.